Let's see. Sound?
Let's see. Sound?
Yes. Good. Okay. Let's get this straightened. Looks a little tilted. How's that look? Does that look straight? Where'd my stylus go? Did I put it back into the 3DS? Oh man, right after I straightened it? Fine. Yeah, there it is. Not a cheating device, by the way. This is that charging dock thing that came with the 3DS. So today was day 2 of Pokemon Go Wild event. Pokemon Go Wild Area Global event. Today was day 2. Today I caught 7 shinies and 5 hundos. Today I caught a shiny Krogunk, Electrike, Tentacool, Spinarak, Alolan Geodude, Stunfisk, and Voltorb. And in terms of hundos, I got a Hundo Mighty Dragonite, Electivire, Venusaur, another Dragonite, and another Electivire. I did not get a single shiny Mighty, nor did I get a single shiny Legendary out of the raids. Out of both days, I did a total of 40 raids. 1 was a Snorlax, like 3 were Toxtricity, and the rest were all Legendaries. I only got 1 shiny, being the Snorlax. You know, I feel like the ability to be shiny from the raids was turned off for my game, but I know that's not the case because I got the shiny Snorlax first try. That's where all my luck went. The very first raid I did of the event was the shiny Snorlax, and then after that, no more shinies out of the raids. At first, I wanted all 4 legendaries shiny in Safari Balls, and then I'm like, I'll just settle for 1. Can I please just get 1? I did not end up getting any. I spent so much money on this event because I really wanted those shinies, those shiny legendaries in Safari Balls. Ooh, I'm not gonna be happy when I see my credit card bill this month. My mom's not gonna be happy about it either. Believe it or not, my mom actually looks through my credit card bill before handing it off to me, because she will determine whether or not she will help me pay it off or not. You know, if it's a small amount, then she'll just be like, alright, I'm gonna head to the bank anyways, I'll just pay off this small amount you have. If it's a big amount, it's like, you pay for it. You got money, pay for your own shit. So, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed by this event, even though, you know, it's my own fault. Like, I paid a substantial amount of money for this event, only to end up with 19 shinies and 8 hundos. Is that right? 5? Yeah, I got 3 yesterday and I got 5 today, so 8. 8 hundos. I mean, any other event, that'd be, you know, impossible to even conceive. But the fact that, you know, this one, right? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be too disappointed. It's the raids I'm disappointed with, you know? If it wasn't for the fact that I got 0 shinies out of the raids besides a Snorlax. Actually, let me rephrase that. If it wasn't for the fact that I only got 1 shiny out of 40 raids, I would not have been this disappointed. Aside from that, then, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the event, right? I'm still very sad I did not get a single shiny Mighty. I really tried hard to get one. Nah, just wasn't meant to be. I guess I'll just, you know, stick with my mediocre 100% IVs. A handful of them being double XLs. And also, I've seen online how difficult they are to catch without the Safari Ball. So it's like, ooh, I'm glad I decided, yeah, I'll just use the Safari Balls. It's better to have the Hundos in not a Pokeball than, you know, losing it. And you know, speaking of shinies in a Pokeball, I got curious today. So I actually looked through my shiny Pokemon in my Pokemon Go. From what I could find, I only have 3 Pokemon three shiny Pokemon not in Pokeballs. And I don't count the stuff that comes out of raids. So not counting Premier Balls, Beast Balls, or in this case, Safari Balls. I'm talking Pokeball, Great Ball, or Ultra Ball. From what I could see, I only found 3 Pokemon in my game that are not caught in a regular Pokeball. I have a Growlithe in a Great Ball. I have a Kabuto in an Ultra Ball. And I have a Ghastly in a Great Ball. From what I could find, those are the only 3 shiny Pokemon I have in Pokemon Go, not caught in a Pokeball. Excluding Premier Ball, Beast Ball, Safari Ball, Master Ball. I still haven't used my Master Ball once yet. I also tried today to get a Galarian bird to spawn, because, you know, Golden Raspberry plus Safari Ball would have been the best chance to catch one. Nah, didn't spawn for me. So, tonight, these are the final Panpour eggs I have. So, if there is not a shiny in these, then Panpour will have officially been the longest hunt yet, taking more than 2 sets of 800 eggs. So if there's no shiny tonight, Panpour will have taken the longest. I also started a little later tonight because not only did I not have time to pre-walk the eggs the past 2 days, I also had some guests over for dinner. You know, they were over to help with some stuff. So we figured, let's feed them as well. Well, actually, I just had one guest over. He was a coworker of mine. And then my sister's husband was here as well. Matter of fact, I think he's still here. He's snoozing upstairs. So, last time, Mifa's theme got hit. Like, seriously? Of all things, that one got hit? So, can't use that one anymore. This is why I find it so annoying to play background music. Because you just never know. You know, the safe options, the options you think might be safe, even those get hit sometimes. You know what else I was hearing tonight? Just about dinner was over, because my family watches TVB, and I don't. You know what I was hearing tonight? We are family. Happy birthday, TVB. That's what I was hearing on TV today. So I guess today is the anniversary of TVB. I don't know what anniversary. Well, I don't know what number, year. I'm pretty sure, you know, because it's TVB's birthday, that means today's their anniversary of, like, them starting, you know? Well, I just looked it up, said TVB was founded November 19th. Today's 5 days after. I don't know, maybe the broadcast took a couple days to actually air on TV. So, 1967. So, how many years ago was that? '57. So, I guess today was the 57th anniversary of TVB. Alright, man, you still here? You still here for me to talk about this From episode? I'm not gonna start talking about it till you reply. So if we don't get a reply, no From episode today. Okay, yes, he said yeah. Alright, let's talk about From episode 8. I was supposed to talk about it last night, but then this moron right here didn't show up for me to actually talk about it. He was too playing... What? He was too playing busy Valorant. Yes. Alright, so like I said, I watched it yesterday night, just before starting. Just because I had time. It was after dinner. I still had time before doing this, so it's like, man, let me just watch an episode. Alright, so episode 8. For once, for once, I don't have really anything negative to say. Because finally, we got a good episode that is just genuinely good. So for a change, I will praise the show and praise the episode. Listen, folks. Just because... Wait. That's not how to say it. Listen, folks. Simply having action doesn't make an episode good. If the story's good, then that elevates the episode. So this episode is better than the previous one, despite, the last one actually having some quote-unquote exciting turn of events. Some actual thrilling moments. This episode was so much better only because, it furthered the plot. It had great character development. It had, honestly, fantastic acting. And it also didn't have really stupid writing. Stupid cringe writing. Okay, so let's get into it. Episode 8 of From. Let's see, this episode actually started off with a flashback to Sheriff Boyd arriving in the town. So we're getting his origin story. I'll be honest, at first, I was like, ugh, I don't really want to see his origin story, It's just going to be the same thing we saw with the Matthews family. They're just, innocently driving, and then they're going to end up here, and then all the exposition about learning about this place and how to survive. It's like, ugh, I don't really want to see that again. But then the episode kept on going, and then my brain started piecing things together like, wait a second. This isn't just anybody's origin story. This is Boyd's origin story. So we could finally see moments that were mentioned beforehand. And thank God we did. If they didn't, I would have been extra pissed. Thank God they did something correctly. Thank God they wrote the story correctly. Because if not, I would have flipped the table. There were certain moments that were mentioned that Boyd did in previous episodes, like finding the talismans. And I even said, wow, that would have been nice to see. And that's exactly what happened in this episode. We actually see him finding the talismans in this episode. I'll get to that point in the episode when we get there. So we jump back and forth between present day after the attack on Colony House, and then, the flashbacks to Boyd and his family arriving in the town. We actually see his wife before she died. I didn't expect his wife to be white. I just kind of didn't expect that, but that doesn't matter. So we see the aftermath of what happened in the previous episode. They kind of just like ignored how that episode ended. You know, they threw in a one-liner, but then they just ignored the rest. So at the end of the last episode, we saw Victor and Julie escaping the house, and then that little boy in white guiding them into the woods. And then Victor shoving Julie inside one of those like faraway trees so that she could be teleported to God knows where. Julie ended up in that cellar where Jade found that body crushed by a boulder. And then the episode cut off there. This episode, it's the next day, it's daytime, and Julie's back with her family, little shaken up, little traumatized. And this is where I say fantastic acting came in. What was her name again? Her name was like Hannah something. The actress who plays Julie. Hannah Cherami? I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Hannah. She did a great job acting in this episode. She really sold it with the, you know, the emotional moments, the crying moments. Nice. Anyways, I couldn't help but notice all the writing on the wall was gone. A couple episodes ago, when Jim and Tabitha were writing all the questions onto the wall, I'm just like, where'd all that go? Unless it was a different part of the wall, it's like, where'd all the writing go? I thought they wrote it in Sharpie. Did they scrub it off? Did they find paint to paint over? It's like, where'd all the writing go? Anyways. You know, Jade... Whoops. You know, Jade, he wants to... Well, he's looking for Victor. Can you imagine seeing Jade and Victor together? The type of stuff they could cook up together? Because clearly that's something the show's teasing. We actually don't even know where Victor went. I assume he also jumped into a faraway tree and then he was sent to who knows where. So we don't know where he is. So, Jim and Jade, they devise a plan to build some sort of radio tower on top of Colony House in order to get a signal high enough to, you know, communicate with the outside world. What else happened? So everyone who was living in Colony House, because the house is kind of beat up and low-key unlivable at this moment, everyone in Colony House has to live with the townspeople now, while the Colony House gets rebuilt. Jim and Jay take this opportunity to go to Donna and ask for permission to build a cell tower there. And she's like, yeah, go ahead. 14 people died last night. And it's pretty run down, so nobody's going to be living here for a while. Go ahead. May as well put the house to good use. I'm primarily thinking about, like, present-day stuff first. Once again, Kenny's mom had no subtitles. And this time, I did not have the plot armor to actually understand what she said, so some subtitles would have been really nice. I could only piece together that she was saying you cannot take rations, right? Like, whatever word she said was just too complex for me to understand, so I don't really understand what she said. Yeah, some subtitles would have been nice. People, editors. You know what else would have been nice? Some consistency with the show. Some quality control. But who am I, right? Who am I to say that? What else happened in present day? We also get a backstory, some exposition about what happened to Thomas, the dead kid. It was just 1 second. 1 second where both Jim and Tabitha turned their heads, and then the baby rolled off the counter and died. Bro, finale gonna blow your mind for season 3? Shut the hell up. One could say the season finale to The Walking Dead Season 6 would have crushed your mind. Well, it's too bad your ass spoiled it for yourself already, and then you quit the goddamn show. So what's stopping me from just watching the Season 3 finale to find out what the big reveal is? If you spoiled the damn show for yourself already. Shut the hell up, motherfucker. Anyways, what else happened in present day? Present day, we also see Boyd really, follow through with his plan to walk through the woods and see how far he can go. He also brings Sarah. Before that, he actually gets, he gets it from Kenny. Kenny finally grows a pair and actually sticks up for himself. He also goes and sees his son, Ellis, who barely shows up. And the two of them make up. Yeah, that's about it. So let's talk about those flashback scenes, because that's the actual interesting stuff. So Boyd and his family, they were driving to who knows where, doesn't matter. And then, they see that tree and they end up here. And then we see Father Cautry, because this is a flashback, so he's not dead just yet. Father Cautry tried to warn them. It makes sense. He's also like, I wouldn't believe me either. Like, thank God you're aware. And then finally, we get to see how people survived before the talismans. And no, Sarah was not lying. There actually were hiding spots people would go to at night to avoid the monsters. So they don't live in their houses boarded up. There actually are like underground bunkers with like grass camouflage on top, and they hide underground. And anyone unlucky enough to still be above ground or during night, well, too bad for them. So, once again, this does bring up questions. Like, am I now to assume everyone sleeps during the day? And, is awake to survive the night? Because it's also revealed that before the talismans, these monsters shrieked at night. Instead of, what we see them doing now with the talismans, as like, whoops, I dropped my stylus. Instead of what we see them doing now, like tapping on the windows and whispering, before the talismans, they used to shriek at night. So how the hell is anyone supposed to get some sleep? Not only are they shrieking, causing it to be impossible to sleep, but also you're fearing for your life. So it's like, how's anyone supposed to sleep at night? So am I now just supposed to assume they have no choice but to stay up all night, so they sleep during the day? It's like, how's anyone supposed to ever sleep here before the talismans? So yes, we finally get to see what this place was like before the talismans. And, man, poor Victor if he had to grow up there for decades without the talismans. How did Victor learn to survive, Because they would have to run if they got caught. Okay, let's see. Also, I gotta say, big L to everyone who was living in that town before the Stevens family showed up. Because they had no sense of survival whatsoever. It wasn't until Boyd showed up that they actually got their act together and started thinking rationally on how to survive. It's like, okay, let's build this, let's do that. It's like, nobody thought to do that beforehand. Like, he was even devising up a system before the talismans. He was devising a system like, okay, we have to keep on rotating, keep on changing where we hide at night, so that it's not as predictable if they ever find out. Right? It's like, nobody thought about that? Nobody thought to, nobody thought to bring together all the community and work together to survive? Seriously? You had a goddamn priest with you, and nobody thought to do that? It took someone with 30 years of experience in the military for people to actually think how to survive? Anyways. And also, we actually see nobody doing shit except Boyd. Only he was thinking, do the monsters not roam around in the woods during day? If that's the case, then we can go into the woods and, try to scavenge for resources, because who knows what's out there. So we thought nobody do that but him. It turns out that, weeks have passed, and he found a goat. He found a goat in the woods, as well as finding chickens and other livestock. So he devised to build a barn, build a pen, whatever. We also see his wife, Abby, start to break down. See, this is where they kind of misled me, but then it's like my own imagination running wild. So what I thought was going to happen, because in the scene where Ellis was begging his father, like, don't go, you've been gone, you keep on searching those woods all day, Mom needs you here because she's starting to lose it because of this place. What I thought would happen was, by the time Boyd gets back to the town, she would have unfortunately died by being torn apart by the monsters. No, that's not what happened. In fact, what ended up playing out was even more tragic. So, Boyd goes out into the woods, and he encounters a dog, which they still haven't answered that yet. What's the deal with the dogs? Because we've seen them before. What's even more strange is the fact that these dogs have collars and tags on them, so that even adds more questions that will probably not be answered for a while. He finds a dog, he chases after it, and then he gets lost. Oof. And then, nightfall, he starts getting surrounded by the monsters. He gets cornered, and then, my, what a stroke of luck, he falls into a little cave in some rocks that just happened to be filled with talismans. My, what luck. So we see him find the talismans, finally. And I'm so glad they didn't do something stupid, like it was just literally a pile of these stones out there somewhere. It's like, hey, what are these stones just sitting out here with these weird etchings on it? I'm glad they didn't just find it randomly. It's like, what if we hang it up? Will that do anything? So I'm glad that they didn't write something stupid like that. So he falls into a cave that's protected by several talismans. Are we gonna get an origin story to the talismans? Probably not. It's like, how nice of there to be... How nice of there to be these already perfectly carved out talismans ready-made right there. Anyway, so he luckily enough survives the night. He gets back, and then his wife is just His wife is just, lighting up the place, shooting everyone running by. At this point, his wife has completely lost her mind. She thinks this is a dream, everyone just needs to wake up by dying. She's about to actually, shoot her own husband, like, there's no way you would have survived the night. So this has to be a dream. Ellis shows up to try to stop his mom. She turns around about to shoot Ellis, and then, in order to save his son, Boyd has to kill his own wife in front of his son, which is layers upon layers of tragic. I don't blame Ellis for being mad, because at that moment, it's like, you don't really understand what just happened. You see your mom going on a rampage, and then you see your dad kill your mom. It's like, yeah, I don't blame him for kind of being pissed off at his dad. Well, anyways. Present day, Boyd and Ellis make up. Boyd and Sarah go into the woods. Episode ends. It's like, finally, a good episode. Not only because it answers a lot of questions, albeit raises some other questions too. It furthered the plot. It had character development. It had great acting. It had, decent story. Unlike the previous episodes where ain't shit happen, and the literal previous episode where, yes, a lot more action, quote-unquote action happened, and a lot more, thriller moments happened. It's like, well, that was just kind of, so poorly and cringe written. With so many inconsistencies. It's like, at the moment, that was the best episode, but now this episode's way better. So, you hear that, folks? Just because something has action and actually has some thrilling moments doesn't make it automatically the best. At the time it did, because I didn't watch this episode yet. But now episode 8 is so much better than episode 7. So, there you fucking go. Episode 8 of From, finally a good episode. Like a genuine good episode. So it only took 8 episodes out of a 10 episode season for me to watch a good one. Like, finally, a genuine good one without too many things to complain about. Too many things to make me just, lose my hope in the world. Okay, we've been hearing this for like 25 minutes. Do I have all the eggs hatched yet? Yes, I do. And clearly, whatever they're planning to do doesn't work. At least not yet. They're planning to build a tower to broadcast a signal. There's only 2 episodes left of the season, right? So the season either ends with it not working. I'm about to list off every possibility. The season's about to end with it not working, with them not finished with it yet, or it works and we're waiting for something to happen. I think because there's only 2 episodes left, my bet is that they're not done with the idea yet. Unless we get a time jump, right? Unless next episode it's revealed like, ooh, the past 6 months were hard work, but look at that tower, we built it. So, if they really do end with them successfully broadcasting a signal out there, Well, we know that there's at least 2 more seasons, so it's gonna take, like, what? At least 2 more seasons for anything to happen? You know, whenever I watch From, and then there's a long sequence of characters doing nothing but just talking, you know what I think back to? Him complaining about Rick and Shane in that car just talking about women. Complaining that the first episode was boring. And I just can't help but think, every time I watch From, and then there's a moment where the characters do nothing but talk, I'm just like, really? Really, you complained about that and you recommended this. You know, he's the person to complain about Loki and Sylvie doing nothing but talking on that train. In, I think, episode 4? Or was it 3? I think it was... Was it 3? No, it was 3. Lamentus 1. The moment I watched that episode and I saw that scene, I knew the internet would complain that it was boring. And I was right, the internet did complain. Me, on the other hand, I really liked that scene. What's wrong with 2 characters just talking, hmm? Well, bro's no longer here anymore. He ain't saying anything. Nothing in response to my thoughts of the episode. Nothing in response to me throwing shade his way. You know, a friend of mine, he was saying, like, earlier today he was saying stuff like, I've been having the urge to play Siege again, you know, Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm just like, oh no, he's relapsing. Better stop him. Oh yeah, you also remember, I think I said this yesterday night. Yesterday night, I said how I still have nightmares about being late for assignments at school. Well, I literally had a dream exactly that last night after I ended. So last night, I had a dream where it was actually like a mix between my elementary and high school days. Because it looked like in my dream, it looked like it took place in my high school. But I think it was like my elementary school French teacher. And also French class. I stopped taking French after 9th grade. Which is, you know, here in Canada, you need to learn French from, I think, like 4th grade to 9th grade. And then after 9th grade, it's optional. Clearly, I didn't continue. So in my dream, I was taking high school French. And in my dream, I was you know, with my fellow classmates out in the hallway waiting to go into the classroom. And once again, it's always an art assignment. In my dream, like, it's always an art assignment. Art class assignment. I didn't take art since, like, what? 7th or 8th grade? So in my dream, I had an art class assignment that I did not do yet. Then that, you know, I'm gonna be late to handing in. And I had the entire semester to do. So, in my dream, after that moment, we were in the classroom and we were doing that thing where, you know, you had the projector showing something onto the screen, and then, like, you can actually tap the screen and interact with it, you know, like, because science. And for some reason, my dream had us coloring in a picture. Like, we tapped the picture to fill in the colors, and we were supposed to say out loud, like, the color in French. So I think in my dream we were coloring in a picture of, like, a tree with leaves and, like, a tree in the forest. So someone would stand up and, like, say the color brown for the tree stump, like brown, or brun, I think is in French. And then they would tap it, and then the tree stump or tree would fill in the color. And in my dream, I was supposed to get up, and I was supposed to color, like, some of the autumn leaves yellow. And I'm just like, what was yellow in French again? And I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't remember what yellow is in French. So then I remember in my dream the class was laughing at me. And then the teacher's just like, ugh. You know, it's like, ugh, again with him. I don't know, it's a weird dream. It's, once again, another dream where I have a nightmare about school. About being late for a semester-long assignment that I didn't do yet. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm pretty tired, once again. Just like yesterday, I spent a good chunk of today just walking around, trying to get shiny Pokemon. Yeah, I walked more these past 2 days than probably the last month combined. So I'm pretty tired. After this, I'll probably just head to bed. But I actually need to edit in those pictures. Edit those pictures into this first. Those pictures at the beginning. You know, I also got curious yesterday, so I looked up on Walmart Canada, like what amiibos I could buy that I still don't have yet. The only one was Mario series Yoshi. You know, Walmart, that's where I bought the Meta Knight, Alma, and Celisa amiibos I got recently. Because, like, these amiibos are hard to find, and $40 for each on Walmart, that's like the best deal I'm gonna get these days. So yeah, if I want that Yoshi amiibo, it's gonna be like $40 plus $10 shipping. So it's gonna be like $50 for that plastic figurine. And that's going to be the best deal I'm going to get. And you know, once I'm done here tonight, if I get the shiny Panpour or not, well, then I can finally go back to having something to keep my hands busy during the day, and that is collecting more eggs. Sadly, not a Furfro, if I don't get the Panpour tonight. Also, you know that old laptop of mine? That laptop that I spent years streaming on? Yeah, that thing almost went RIP today. Today, that thing just would non-stop crash. I turn it on, and not even 2 minutes afterwards, it would crash completely. So then I would have to turn it back on again just for it to crash again. So unless I only use it with permanent life support being constantly plugged in, which I don't want to do, because the battery's already bad enough. It's like, well, that thing is almost ready to be, you know, sent on its way. Retired permanently. What else can I play? Whoops. Let me just turn this down a bit. This song should be pretty safe to use, considering the fact that we hear the song like thousands of times throughout playing the game. Every time you know, fight. Let's see, tomorrow night is also going to be the second last episode ever of Superman and Lois. Excuse me, my voice just now. Hopefully I don't forget about the episode like I did last week. Oh yeah, so I've maybe been inspired to do another type of hunt. Once again revolves Hisuian forms. So I'm still thinking about hunting all Hisuian forms that I can in Scarlet and Violet to send to PLA. Because that's the only way to get Hisuian forms into Strange Balls, not counting Pokemon Go. You know, until future games comes out. And so I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm on the cusp of doing this. I don't really want to do it. But on the other hand, it's like, well, it's an idea in my mind. And we all know if I have a shiny hunting idea, I will probably follow through with it. You can get literally anything in a Strange Ball into PLA, right? So you can catch any shiny from another game, and you can send it into PLA, and it'll be in a Strange Ball. But the only way to get everything else in a Strange Ball in another game is from PLA. So what I'm saying is, should I do a shiny living dex in PLA? So that way, anything that comes out of PLA will be in a Strange Ball. I don't really want to do that, right? I'm also thinking. So the hunt I've been inspired to maybe do is getting certain Hisuian forms shiny in Scarlet and Violet in a Strange Ball. So that would mean any Hisuian form that can evolve into Hisuian form. What did I just say? Any Pokemon that can evolve into a Hisuian form. So Hisuian, well, the Hisuian starters. Hisuian Typhlosion, Decidueye, Samurott, Hisuian Lilligant, Sliggoo, Goodra, and Avalugg. So those 8. Those 8 I would catch shiny in PLA, evolve them into their Hisuian forms, and then send them into Scarlet and Violet. So they would be shiny in those games in a Strange Ball. And only those ones that could evolve into a Hisuian form, because, you know, they... It's different with Hisuian forms that don't evolve into something new. Like Hisuian Quillfish. Like a new form, I mean. I know it sounds confusing. Basically, just trust me. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Shiny hunting's the only thing in life where I know what I'm doing. I am so tired tonight. Yep, that was just one egg. Well, we're halfway done for tonight. That was all the eggs, right? No, it wasn't. Good thing I checked. 3 more haven't hatched yet. If you heard that, that was a ad that was about to play. I had to really quickly stop it because I saw another video I wanted to watch, but then I didn't want to, forget about it, so I opened it in a new tab and an ad started playing. I'm sorry I'm not talking too much tonight, like anymore. I don't have anything else to say. I am super tired. So yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. There, this one shouldn't be flagged. It wasn't in the past. Well, only 2 more boxes tonight. Whoops. Well, that off-centers it. You know what I'm thinking right now, listening to this music? I'm thinking, was it only two people playing the instruments recording this? Because listen closely. I think well, obviously I hear a piano. But isn't that strings? Isn't that like a violin or a cello or I don't know? Like, listen closely. There are strings, and then right now it's piano. So two people had to have been playing this together. Well, at least two. I think an orchestra played all this together. See, this part's piano. Ah, all the eggs have hatched. Right, that was piano. That was percussion. And then this part is strings. I never noticed that. I never noticed half of the theme was piano and then the other half was strings. Or at least I never paid attention. Was that all of them? Yes. How about another chill song? We have a box and a half left. How's it only been half a box? Oh boy. How's it only been half a box since I said 2 boxes left? Felt like way more than that. I was saying oh boy just now because there's a bot in the chat. Then again, nobody's watching right now, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to be done with this and just go to bed. But I'm gonna stick through with it. Gonna stick through to the very end. No reason for me to quit after literally just having literally just one more box after this. Yay, no shame in feeding to the rescue, banning that bot. Hey, he wanted mod status, so whenever there is a bot in chat, he must be summoned to deal with it. Literally just got home. Well, just in time. Well, we're not on a good track tonight. Does not seem like we're gonna get the shiny Panpour tonight, which will officially make Panpour the longest hunt yet. I mean, it's not impossible. There's maybe a miracle will happen within these last few eggs, but I highly doubt it. Masuda method betrayed me. Masuda betrayed me. Oh my god. Can you imagine if I wasn't doing Masuda method with all this? How much longer it would take? Alright, one box left. And if no shinies in any of these 30 eggs, well, fuck. I got nothing to talk about. I'm tired. How'd your day go? What were you up to today? Let's see if he responds. Nope, seems like he dipped. Because the viewer count just went from 1 to 0. Well, that's okay. I'm almost done tonight anyways. I think I'm done listening to that. I want to listen to this again. Yeah, we're not looking good tonight, folks. Does not look like a shiny will happen today. See, in this song, I can clearly hear. No, wait a second. I talked about the song earlier. I was about to say, in this song, I can clearly hear strings and piano compared to the previous song. No, this was the previous song. I'm losing it. We have half a box left. And if no shiny in these 15 eggs, well, then doomed. We're really about to go another 800 eggs without a single shiny. You know that, folks? We are down to the last 5 eggs for tonight. Over 800 eggs and not a single shiny. That is tragic. But first, you already know the drill with the last one. I saved it just in case we would get a shiny, which we didn't. So I need to go and collect that last 5th egg for today. So yes, that means these last 5 were not pre-walked. So this one's gonna take a little bit longer, but it's okay. Not like I got anything else to do tonight. Now we need to do like 13 laps around the tower. So if there's not a shiny in any of these 5 eggs, which it's not likely there will be, Panpour will officially be the longest hunt yet. Oh, you know what I should do? Hold on. Nope. No, I should do the extended version. Because if we don't get a shiny tonight, if we don't get it out of these 5... Come on, here we go. Last 5 for tonight. Will there be a shiny? Okay, only 1 hatch there. I think there's 1 or 2 more eggs. I don't know if it's 1 or 2. Let me see. 1 more. 1 last egg. So if this doesn't give me a shiny, we gotta do more. Please. Save me the trouble. Please. God damn it. Another 800 eggs and not a single shiny. Well, we're not done yet. We're not done with Panpour yet. Look at this, look at this. 800 eggs. 27 boxes, 800 eggs, and not a single one was shiny, when the odds are 512. I'm gonna double check, just to make sure, right? I didn't miss it again. Wow, perfect time for that to end. No, do not play that ad. No, we actually did not get a shiny. Well, I'll see you guys next time for more Panpour eggs, sadly. See you next time. Ugh, I'm going to bed.